All right, let's talk about something that pretty much rules our financial lives, whether we know it or not. It's this one little thing that can either build a fortune or dig a hole you can't get out of. Let's get into it.
I mean, really, have you ever just looked around and thought, how are they doing it? What is the big secret? It feels like some people are playing a totally different game, right? But the answer, you might be surprised to hear, is actually incredibly simple.
That's it. That's the word. Interest. This one single idea is the engine that can power your wealth, or, well, the anchor that can sink you in debt. Getting a handle on how this thing works is absolutely everything.
So let's break it down. At its very core, interest is just a fee. Simple. If you borrow money, you pay the fee. But, and this is the important part, if you save or invest your money, you get paid the fee. It's a two-way street, and the direction you're headed, well, that makes all the difference in the world.
Okay, first, let's look at the awesome side of this coin. Let's talk about how interest can become your absolute best financial friend.
This is the dream, isn't it? The idea that your money is out there making more money. For you, while you're sleeping, while you're at work, while you're on vacation. It isn't some kind of magic trick, it's just putting your money in a spot where it can earn a reward for you.
Okay, let's make this real. Forget abstract ideas. Imagine you've got $1,000. Now, you could go spend it, sure, or you could put it to work. Let's see what happens when you do that.
And this is where the real magic happens. It's called compound interest. Think of it like a snowball. Your first $1,000 earns a little bit of interest. Great. But then that new interest you just earned, it starts earning its own interest. And that cycle just keeps repeating. And your little snowball of cash starts rolling and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, picking up speed as it goes.
This is the fundamental mindset shift for the world's greatest investors. They realized, hey, there's a limit to how many hours I can work, but there's practically no limit to how hard their money can work for them. They basically built a little army of dollar bills that went out and recruited more dollar bills for them.
But here's the thing. That incredible, powerful snowball effect, it has a dark side, a really dark side. So let's flip that coin over and see what happens when interest becomes your absolute worst enemy.
This is the other side of the story. When you're the one who owes the money, that same powerful compounding engine kicks into reverse. Instead of building you a mountain of wealth, it's building a mountain of debt that you're forced to climb. And it's a steep climb.
So let's use that same $1,000, but this time it's debt on a credit card. Now look at that interest rate, 20%. That is a huge price to pay for borrowing money. And that right there is where the trouble really starts.
And here's the crazy part. It's the exact same compounding mechanism we were just praising, but instead of your earnings compounding, your debt is. So your balance grows, and the interest they charge you next month is based on that new, bigger balance. It's a spiral, and it goes down, not up.
And that is the trap, right there. You see, when you only make the minimum payment, a lot of the time that payment doesn't even cover all the new interest that was added. So even though you're sending them money, your balance can actually go up. It's like you're on a treadmill, running as fast as you can just to stay in the exact same spot.
So you've got these two massive opposing forces. What do? How do you make sure you land on the right side of this whole thing? Well, it really just boils down to a choice that you make.
Look, here's the most important thing to get. It is the exact same force. It's all just compounding. The only thing that changes is who it's working for. When you invest, it pays you. It builds your wealth. When you're in debt, you pay it. And you're building someone else's wealth.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's actually pretty simple. First, start investing early, like as early as humanly possible. Compounding needs time more than anything else. Just to give you an idea, if one person starts investing at age 25 and another starts at 35, just a 10-year difference, the 25-year-old can end up with nearly double the money by retirement. That's how powerful time is. Second, just run from high-interest debt. And third, really, truly get how this whole compounding thing works so you always know if it's helping you or if it's hurting you.
The best way to think about this is that interest is like fire. Fire is an incredible tool, right? It can cook your food, it can warm your house. But if you're not careful with it, if you let it get out of control, it will burn down everything you have. Interest is exactly the same.
So at the end of the day, it all comes down to this one question. You can learn to master this force, to make it work for you and build the life you want. Or you can let it master you. The choice is yours. Who's going to be in charge?